I have a question, Stuart.
Yes.
I've heard you mention in the past that at your ashrams in Texas that you used to teach yoga classes, like physical yoga, like hatha or vinyasa. I was curious if there's a connection between that and our practice, if it enhances our practice, and if you could talk about that.
Well, I didn't teach that in Texas. I used to teach it in New York at Rudy's ashram, is a meditation center. And I did it for about, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months. And the connection is very simple. You go to a school and you have English literature classes, you have physics, and you have gym. And hatha yoga was kind of like gym. It was a very good way of taking care of the body, stretching muscles, of expanding muscles, and really relaxing yourself so that you can really go into a Kundalini yoga class in much greater depth. I did it, and I used to practice it just literally for years, almost every day. And I found that it was extremely beneficial on a physical level. It would relax me. It would, get me in touch with you know, areas inside me that were tight that I needed to stretch and use the different asanas to, really get a healthier body. I mean, Rudy was once asked that question, and the answer is, it's the difference between, going to kindergarten and taking a, PhD. I mean, Kundalini yoga is probably one of the most advanced forms of spiritual practice in the world. And one of the things about Kundalini is if you practice it, really make a commitment to doing it, it will demand that you take care of your body, that you take care of your mind, you take care of your heart, you take care of every single aspect of your life. You'll eat better, you'll exercise, you'll do everything with more consciousness. And that's one of the reasons, that I practiced it for so many years. It really demands that whatever I do in life, the food I put in my mouth, the air I breathe, the people I interrelate to, you know, it's all has to be done with a greater deal, higher level of consciousness. And the practice of Kundalini demanded that. The not taking, just an unmanageable amount of poison into your system from the food you eat, from the people you interact with, from your jobs, from your, whatever you do, your family, learning how to transform all that poison, that negative energy into a spiritual life. So, I have, no negative things to say about hatha yoga. I think it's a very good thing. I think it's a good thing to keep oneself physically healthy. And will it give you a spiritual life? I sincerely doubt it. But then that's not its purpose. Its purpose is to truly keep the body healthy so that you can activate Kundalini, and activate a deeper form of meditation, which will enable you to have a spiritual life. It all works together. Some people, I would say most people are not ready to do the depth of meditation practice that we do in this class. I mean, you'll get 1,000 people doing hatha yoga and one person doing deep Kundalini meditation work. It's a shame, but it usually is that way. It's much easier for people to be concerned about the body than it is to be concerned about the spirit. Because everybody has something wrong with their body, everybody. And it's right on the surface, and it's a constant reminder you got to do something. So they don't know about Kundalini meditation, but Hatha yoga is a very popular thing. And people do it. And there's nothing wrong with doing it to ease tension, to live in a healthier way. But the incredible thing about Kundalini will get you to do Hatha yoga. It got me to do Hatha yoga. It really did. I needed something like that to relax me inside, and Kundalini brought me to it. Rudy started having it being taught in his meditation center, and I used to go to the classes, and then the teacher made me a teacher of Hatha yoga, and I would have classes a couple of times a week. So I don't think anything is in opposition to anything else. I don't think, you can do Kundalini, you can do Hatha, you can go to church on Sunday, you can go to a synagogue, you can, nothing is in opposition unless people create opposition. It all works together. Again, unless people create opposition. Well, if you do Hatha yoga, you can't do Kundalini, you can't do, there's probably 50 different kinds of yoga. And this way is the only way. And that is dangerous. When people tell you this way is the only way, it's very dangerous. Because I needed to do Hatha yoga when I was young. I really did. And I did it. I never felt that it ever interfered with my connection to Rudy and the spiritual practice he was teaching me. It's just a way of getting my body healthier. And I needed a healthy body because all the chakras exist in the body. And if the whole body is congested, you understand, the chakra system is going to be congested. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. If anyone ever tells you that their way is the only way and that you shouldn't study with anybody, it's all nonsense. It's nonsense. And it's very dangerous nonsense. Because all people are trying to do is control you instead of giving you the strength to have the freedom to find what works for you, what helps you, what really enables you to grow. And to just realize that there's no spiritual practice that is in real opposition to any other spiritual practice. The only thing that'll ever be in opposition is the mind, that wants to control other people, and that thing inside a person that says you can only do what I teach. And that's pure bullshit. People should be secure enough to allow other people to have the freedom to find what works in their life, not to have to control them. Does anyone else have a question? They'd like to ask?
Hi, Stuart.
Yes, Eileen.
I have learned a lot. Like, I used to feel bad because I was
You
the
have to
only
speak
one.
up, dear. I
I
just had a
used
birthday. I'm getting older, so you got to
to,
talk up.
okay. I used to feel bad because I was the only one doing this. I don't know other people like me, but now I feel really, really good doing this. I don't feel alone anymore. So thank you so much for this class. I have learned a lot.
Eileen, I went to Mexico. I was invited to Mexico City to teach what I teach. And I must have had 50 people come to the meditation classes, every single one of them raving about it and wanting to know when I was coming back. I really mean this. It was, I couldn't believe it. It was a mob there of people. And after I left, I never heard again from anybody. It was so weird because I was expecting, maybe in 2, 3 months you come back again. We'll build a group of people. I never heard from anybody again. But while I was there, they were hugging me. They were thanking me. It was unbelievable. What a response. And I really love being there. I love Mexico City. It's just a wonderful city, a wonderful place. So you are the soul person from Mexico. And I'm very happy to have you in the classes. It's a joy. You're just the sweetest, person, and I've seen how much this classes have helped you to grow in your life. And I'm very grateful for that. So don't worry about you got other people here you can that really will support you in your effort to grow, including me. I will support you. So don't worry about it. You're doing just fine. You're doing great, actually. Does anyone else have a question? Okay, if there are no questions, no more questions, no more comments, nothing. There'll be meditation. What is today? Monday? I think Monday. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. This weekend was I really, for those of you who weren't there, you really missed something. It was extraordinary. I never went through a weekend like this last weekend. And I truly mean that. It was on a totally different dimension of energy, of learning, of joy. I never saw so much laughter in a meditation group as this weekend. People thoroughly enjoying them. It was extraordinary. And again, I'm losing sense of time. I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's all the same. There'll be a class in 2 days. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And thank you all for being part of this, and God bless you. And just as I told everybody this weekend, take it home. Don't leave it in the computer. Don't be finished with this. Now I'll do the. Take it with you. Let it absorb inside you. Let it become organic to your inner life. And let it really transform the tension, the problems, into things that are positive, that are helping you to grow, that are really teaching you what it is to use the problems and tensions as a way to get closer to God. Even the Buddha said, the Buddha said, you know, suffering is the fastest path to God. And nobody has to go out and find it. We all have problems. We all have things that are difficult for us to deal with. And our job is to learn how to take those things and use them to build a spiritual life. And then there's no more negativity. There's just opportunities to grow. That is the work of a human being. And we have meditation practice that teaches how to do this. So instead of wallowing in unhappiness, that same unhappiness can be an opportunity for you to get closer to God. You have to get stronger than it, absorb it, transform it into an open heart, into love, into joy, into your higher self.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you wallow. Feel sorry for yourself. And can anything be more boring than people that wallow and feel sorry for themselves? It's terrible. When certainly we can use the same energy to build an inner life. This is what we need to get stronger than. And you can build the chi, the power in yourself, the open heart, quiet mind that enables you to get stronger than a little depression, unhappiness, tension. And you're using the things that are killing you to give yourself life. Okay, if there are no more questions, then there will be class on Wednesday. And thank you. God bless you all. I look forward to seeing everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thanks, Stuart. Good night.
Beautiful evening.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.